What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Geeks in the Pod. My name is Lomar,
And I'm Chris, but I'm also known as Onion.
and today we're going to be talking about. Well, first we're going to be talking about the Brave New World, Captain America for Brave New World. Um, what's your thoughts on it? Like, what do you
Uh,
think?
I think it's a very fun movie, and I hear a lot of people saying it's overhated. I think it was overhated for 3 days, and then everybody started to love it.
That's
And
fair.
deserved.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are expecting way too much from the MCU right now. I feel like Brave New World was a step in the right direction of just like chilling the fuck out and not doing too much. Does that make sense? Because, like,
Yeah,
for instance, She-Hulk and that show was abysmal.
yeah.
It had a bunch of random cameos, like why was Daredevil in San Francisco? That doesn't even make sense.
Hmm.
It's like the stuff that happens in Brave New World makes sense, and like for me, it's like a 7.5 out of 10 for sure, almost an 8. But I just
Yeah, I
go ahead.
I gave it a 7.3. So yeah,
Yeah, so same ballpark.
yeah,
Um, I just think that some of the things that I'm hearing people say like overshot to death is completely just untrue because
hmm,
the only part that I genuinely can see is genuinely reshot is the end fight with Red Hulk.
yeah. That part has like a lot of like bad green screen and stuff. Yeah, the rest of it I think
Yeah,
look fine.
I mean, there's like you can definitely tell when at the end when he's like talking him down and he's like
Mhm.
looking at the cherry blossom. Anthony Mackie had just filmed that like 2 months before. I swear, like
Yeah, yes.
um, and I guess I didn't really like what was her name? That uh
Petty.
that no the security chick for the president that was
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, I know who. I don't know what her name was.
yeah, I can't remember her name. See, that's how forgettable she
Yeah, I honestly forgot that she even existed.
is.
Uh,
I think the action was awesome. I think Anthony
yeah,
Mackie proved he didn't need the serum.
hmm.
I
I
would have
think
liked if we,
the naval fight was really good.
yeah, for sure. And it's about damn time we got something with that
Yes.
Celestial, bro. Oh my
Hmm.
God.
Yeah, this movie, I feel like they did a good job actually making it feel like it's in the MCU, not just like some random movie that they're saying is in the MCU. You know, it feels a part of those previous stuff.
Yeah. Like, Eternals. Like,
Yeah.
I think Eternals is overhated for sure, but I definitely think it's mid. It's probably like a 6 out of 10 in my opinion. But,
I hate Eternals.
but like, they just like shoehorn, what's the word? Dialogue about like other events in the MCU, like
Mm.
Thanos' snap, that like we didn't even get to see the repercussions of how that affected the Eternals. We just got a
Yeah.
mention of it.
Hmm.
So like Brave New World showed how you can bridge the gap of like this movie existing in the same space.
Yeah. And this movie also felt like it had a lot going on, but I still think it was able to do like a good job of making it work out. You know, like it didn't feel like it was being rushed, but still felt like it had a nice variety of like villains and everything.
Mm. I think three standouts. Obviously, Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford. That scene when they're arguing when he first gets to the carrier is so good.
Mm.
That's like peak acting. They're when they're yelling back and forth and arguing with each
Yeah.
other about what to do. So good. And then Joaquin Torres. Man, he as Danny Ramirez, bro. He stand out in my opinion. He was whooping
Mm.
ass, especially when they were in the military base. Man,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him going forward.
Yeah. Same. I got one question though. Uh, so I forget the name of the OG Thunderbolt Ross actor.
Me too.
Um, but
I'm pretty sure he passed away.
yeah. But who do you think would have done Thunderbolt Ross better in this movie, the OG actor or Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford. I didn't ever really see range in the original actor. He's always just been like a snarky prick in every single one of them. In this movie,
Yeah.
you get to see more of Thunderbolt. So I don't know. I guess, uh, especially in Incredible Hulk, 'cause, like I recently just rewatched Incredible Hulk, and he's the same.
Mhm.
I guess he's the same character from there to Civil. No, I guess his last movie was Endgame, right? No, Civil War.
Uh,
Civil War. Yeah,
yeah, he might have had a cameo in Endgame, but
can't remember. Oh yeah. He was at the funeral for Tony.
mhm.
Yeah,
But yeah, I feel like he definitely does play like just the same rude guy in all the movies, but I feel like him playing the rude guy, he does a lot better than Harrison Ford. Like Harrison Ford's really good at it, but the OG actor made it a lot more compelling.
mm, yeah. Sucks. It's such a shame that we didn't get to see
Yeah.
him portray his version of Red
Mhm.
Hulk. My heart goes out to the family because I really wish we could have got that version of him.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
So overall, Brave New World was overhated. I think people starting to catch on now.
Yeah.
It's probably 7.5 to like 7 range for sure. 8 I think is a
Mhm.
little too high. Alex is kind of tweaking. Um, but it's fun, and I definitely can think of 10 MCU movies that are way worse than this. So if anybody tries
Yeah.
to say any different, they're lying. It's because it's definitely like miles better than Love and Thunder, miles
Mhm.
better than Iron Man 2,
Yeah.
miles better than Eternals. I mean, the
Hell
list
yeah.
goes on and on. So, you?
Yeah. It's just I think it's just a really fun theater experience. It feels like a mid phase two movie. And I
Mm,
feel like that's something that the MCU like desperately needed.
mm, I agree. I agree. Now on to Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Man, I wanted to hate this show, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to hate this show. The animation just did not. I did not rock with it. As soon as they dropped that first
Mhm.
trailer, I did not rock with it. But as soon as
Yeah.
I sat down on my couch, opened Disney Plus, and watched them first 3 episodes, I'm not gonna lie, I was hooked.
Yeah. It took a while for me to really get into it. It was like first two episodes I was like, okay, it's better than I thought, but it's still like a bit mid. But then like once I kept watching, I just got like more and more invested and like yeah, it was just such a fun time watching it.
Mm. I like that Nico and Peter have a genuine platonic relationship.
Hmm.
Like that's so nice
Yeah.
and like so different from what we've been getting in Spider-Man media because when he has like a female that's like a friend, there's always tension between the two of them. But
Hmm.
with Nico and Peter, none. They're
Yeah, just
genuine
feel like normal
friends.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that all the characters were done really well in the show. The way that they did Tombstone was good. Like he was like a really likable character at first, and I think that they just did really good at slowly making him go like off the rails.
I like in the first episode how they shift the perspective to Lonnie
Yeah.
after school. That was really nice. I was not expecting that.
Hmm.
Um, I think every side character was like enjoyable. Like there was not. I don't think one time where I was like, okay, get this person off my screen. It's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
action. I really liked it. I don't know. I just there's a
Hmm.
lot to enjoy about this show. I mean, it's in my opinion in the top three Spider-Man animated shows.
Yeah. I think it's definitely top three material. Uh, and nothing I can really think of outside of like Spectacular that I'd 100% put over it. 90s show I'd probably put over this.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's still definitely like top three, maybe four, but yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Uh, different as well. It's not like just some mid like same stuff that we've seen a million times. You
Yeah,
know.
no copy and paste. That's
Hmm.
another thing that I enjoy with it. And we're gonna get a little controversial here for a second, Onion. That stuff that he said, the Spider-Man voice actor, I think people are blowing out of proportion and didn't read the full quote of what he said.
Yeah.
He said he didn't want it to be woke and stupid. Stuff can be
Hmm.
woke, and you can have like other woke stuff in it, and it makes sense, and it's good for the story. Like this show, like
Hmm.
the gender swap of Dr. Connors and the race swap for the Osborns, which makes sense. They've
Yeah.
always had a fade in the comics and
Hmm.
waves, so obviously, so but you can have inclusivity that doesn't make sense, and it's like you're just shoehorning in inclusivity for like for the sake of inclusivity, not making it make sense with the storyline. So I think everybody needs to
Hmm.
chill on the Spider-Man voice actor when it comes to that because I think they're just not listening. They just hear, oh, woke and stupid, and then their brain shuts off. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that they definitely did a good job with all of that kind of stuff. It made sense. It wasn't like I wasn't questioning the decisions at any point. Yeah, they made it made sense.
Hmm. It's hard to think of
Uh,
like a score for this show.
yeah, I'd probably give it somewhere in the sevens range. Just a fun watch, you know.
Excuse me. I think 9 is too high.
Yeah.
6 too low. I think
Hmm.
I'll go with the 8 because the animation was hard to get used to at after like the second episode though. I was like okay, this is fine.
Yeah, I saw the first two episodes and I pretty much stopped watching until all the episodes came out. But I was not at all a fan of the animation
Mm-hmm.
until I saw Doc Ock, and I was like, dude, that's like straight out of the comics. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I like
And
the
then
little seeds they were sowing in every episode.
mhm. Yeah,
It's
it was such a good show. Yeah.
the episode. I don't know what favorite episode of mine is. It might be the last, just because of every peak thing that happened at the end. But
Yeah, that was a lot.
I think I really enjoyed the suit testing episode. I think that was episode
Hmm.
4 with Norman, and they were trying out all the different suits, and they finally landed on Future Foundation, which they did a good job with Future Foundation.
Yeah.
And then I think that might be like my favorite episode, to be honest.
Hmm. Yeah, I love Future Foundation suit. That's always a nice
Mm.
one. Clean look. Um, episode 8 was probably my favorite because that was the one where he's having like get over the scorpion fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they did a really good job with that, with him having like find himself, and
Yeah.
then the next episode him needing to learn how to not take it too far.
Mhm.
Like they were able to kind of do his origin story with him learning how to not abuse his powers without needing to do like the same thing we've seen 80 times.
Yeah. And I was low key pressed for like a couple minutes because that episode starts with the Spider-Man No More comic cover, and I thought they were
Mhm.
trying to fucking already do Spider-Man No
Yeah,
More.
yeah, I thought
Uh,
that too. I was scared.
yeah, but then they didn't, and I was like, okay, all right, you had me
Hmm.
in the first half, but all
Yeah,
right,
I do love though how all those episodes have like the comic panels at the end of the intros. It's really
the
cool.
intro though, oh man, the intro is so fire.
Bang! Probably
Oh my,
like top three intro. I love it.
it's crazy because it doesn't move past 3 in my opinion, because it's not better than Spectacular Spider-Man, and it's not better than the
Yeah.
'90s. But
Hmm.
it's definitely better than Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man Unlimited, Spider-Man and His Amazing
Hmm.
Friends, Spider-Man 80s, 70s. So like 3, I think is the perfect spot for him for this show,
Yeah.
and I think it has potential to be top either one or two eventually because they are so good with the side characters, sowing seeds, especially with that. Spoilers for the finale of Spider-Man: The Venom symbiote at
Mm,
the that was left behind, and apparently we're getting Gwen slash Spider Gwen in the next season. A little
yeah.
early, in my opinion, but at least we have an actual love interest for Peter now.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think that they can definitely make it work. Like they already have his blood. They could try to like find people to start experimenting on already. Uh, like I'm trusting the process
Mm,
after they did the first season so good.
mm, mm. Marvel's starting to build themselves up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Speaking of Marvel building themselves up, Fantastic Four. Oh, from the moment that you and I were on the call back in August for
Hmm.
Disney D23, watching the
Yeah.
leaks of the suit, bro, I was hooked. That we got that first look at Johnny in the suit, I was hooked. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna lie, I was hooked.
Yeah. I thought at first it was a bit too much white, but I like the suit now. It's grown on me since then. But yeah, I'm just so hyped for this movie.
I understand only. I literally only understand not liking. I guess it would be the I don't know the right word, but liking Pedro as Mr. Fantastic. But Pedro's a
Mhm.
great actor, and in that trailer,
Yeah.
he looks amazing.
Yeah. I personally want to see more of him before really making an opinion on him because I
Mm,
think like he could definitely pull it off. He could definitely mess it up. It could just go either way. So I want to see him do it, but I got faith, you know.
yeah. Um, Man, that trailer, bro. We need to talk about that. That trailer had me so high.
Mm.
I was watching the launch that we got that ended and then it started another countdown.
Crazy troll. Like
I had me sitting on my phone. I stayed up for that trailer, bro. Stayed up
that's
and
crazy.
uh,
Yeah, I just slept in and woke up and gave it a watch, and glad I did with what happened.
man, because they brought out the whole cast and
Mm,
watched it. They rented a theater I saw and showed the trailer to a whole audience. I'm really excited for this movie. I'm really,
yeah,
really, really excited.
yeah, I'm so
Uh,
happy as well. We finally have a comic accurate thing.
right, right, bro, right. And he's not naked.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think he's a bit overclothed, but I mean they at least gave him pants, so yeah.
hmm they gave him pants, which is a lot more than you can say for Fan Four Stick, but we'll
Mm,
push that movie aside. Speaking of Fan Four Stick, if Marvel doesn't bring back Miles Teller for the Maker at some point in Secret Wars or Doomsday, they kind of missed. I'm not gonna lie, they have the
yeah,
opportunity there.
they definitely do.
Man, that, I just what happens if Fantastic Four isn't good? Like,
I mean, we're kind of cooked then, to be honest. Like, I feel like Thunderbolts doesn't have much going for it right now. We could talk about that later, but I, Fantastic Four, I feel like, is the big thing that'll be keeping
mm-hmm,
Marvel on its feet. Like, if it's a hit,
mm,
then Marvel's going to keep going for a while, and if it's a flop, then people are going to keep saying the MCU is dead.
yeah, and they're putting a lot into this. They are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they must have some type of what's it? Not hope, but I guess hope and expectation that this movie is going to do really good. And
Mm-hmm.
from the trailer, obviously trailers are leading because I remember watching the first Flash trailer and I was like, okay, this movie might be good, but we all know how that went.
Yeah.
Um, I think that I'm just happy that we have an actual looking Galactus, like that's Galactus when I look at him.
Mm-hmm.
My main concerns for this movie is that they try to do too much because Sue is definitely pregnant. Like I've rewatched that trailer probably over 20 times, and
Mm-hmm.
Sue is definitely pregnant. And so I think the route they're going, if you guys are watching this, clip this part right here because I feel like I'm calling this right now. Because Fantastic Four, if you guys don't know, Fantastic Four takes place in an alternate universe. Obviously, that's no brainer, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like you can't have the Fantastic Four automatically beat Galactus. I know we did it in the comics, but it's more for like the mainstream movie audience. So I don't think they're gonna beat Galactus. And I think because you see Reed working on a multiverse travel portal in the
Mm-hmm.
trailer, I think that they're gonna lose and they're gonna hop over to the 616B universe, which is the main MCU timeline, and they're gonna be there, and that is gonna be part of the incursion that happens that leads up to Secret Wars, and that's how we get Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom because he's from that failed universe.
Yeah. I have a pretty similar theory. So we know Silver Surfer is going to be in it, and it's going to be the Shalabal version of Silver Surfer. And her whole thing is how she pretty much teams up with Galactus, where she loses her powers and says like, "I'll do like your errands. I'll do what you want. Just don't destroy my planet." And yeah, she becomes the sidekick. I think she's like Firestorm or something.
Firestar?
Yeah, something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I think she does something like that with Galactus. Says, "Don't destroy my planet." And it's either going to be the planet that she's trying to protect doing this is Earth. So Galactus goes to a different time to try to destroy like some different planet, or the planet she doesn't want to have destroyed is obviously her own planet. So instead, he goes and destroys Earth, and that leads them to having to like find out how to get out and some kind of way that they'll connect it to the MCU.
Just wonder how they're gonna do that, though. You know,
Yeah.
because they're in a different universe. So obviously, they gotta get. They
Mm-hmm.
obviously like that. That is should be like an obvious point that everybody should get. They're in a different universe, and I have to get to our main timeline. There's something that happens there, obviously. So
Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off, but yeah,
yeah.
they're definitely gonna do it.
That's what I'm a little worried about is that they might stuff this movie full. I don't. They haven't released a
Mm,
runtime yet, if I'm not mistaken, but it's
yeah,
obviously going to be over 2 hours for sure.
it better be.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause
I think it's got to
can't
be like I think it should be like 2.5 hours. I feel like it's gonna be like 2 hours 10.
Yeah, 2 hours 15, 2 hours 20, around that area because
Yeah.
you've got a lot to do there. That's probably
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of the problem with the past Fantastic Four movies is that they didn't have the time to build up the four main characters because the Fantastic Four isn't just like one leader or one person. You have to cater to every single character and they have to give them time to breathe.
Mm-hmm. They could do
Especially
that, or
things,
they could
man.
just like in Doomsday or Secret Wars or something. They could just start off one of those movies by just like destroying the universe in like the opening scene. Do something like with Endgame when they're just killing off all the Asgardians in the first scene or Infinity War.
Yeah, that is a possibility if we start off with like um with the incursion starting.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy. That's
Yeah,
actually a good idea.
yeah. That'll be one hell of a way to open up a movie.
So, question, Onion.
Yeah.
Do you think Superman or Fantastic Four has a lot more writing on it? I have my answer, but I'm want to hear what you have to say.
I think Superman has a lot more writing on it because with Superman, it's new universe being made, so nothing's established. This is the big bang to start it all, except Creature Commandos. But most people haven't seen that, and most people are going to watch this movie knowing the previous DC films, knowing that they all suck. And if this one sucks, then they're going to continue thinking, oh, yeah, it's just DC's just a trash brand. But like, if this is good, yeah, like if it's good, then it's going to completely make the DC universe. It could overtake Marvel if this is good enough.
Yeah, I have the exact same sentiments. It's just, if Fantastic Four is not good, then people are just gonna be like, "Oh, we already knew the MCU is not doing good. Whatever, MCU is still gonna make movies."
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure James Gunn, bar for bar, said that if Superman isn't received well, they're just not going to continue. Which I understand, because what Warner Bros. Originally did with the DCU, and Zack Snyder's DCU, is just they tarnished those characters and they didn't build up the characters. That's why I'm excited with the new DC universes, because I'm a firm believer that if DC gets their shit together, they blow Marvel out the water. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of people don't realize that prior to the MCU, nobody cared about Iron Man. He was not a top 4 character in the Marvel universe before the MCU.
he was like a C-list.
Yeah, when you think of Marvel, you think of Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk. That's it. That's a fact. Those are probably not nowadays. People would probably know more of Iron Man because of the MCU, but like, you got a lot more household names in DC. Yeah. Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. I mean, the Justice League Unlimited TV show birthed a bunch of DC fans. So if Superman flops, bro, one, it's gonna break my heart, because I'm a diehard defender of this movie before it even comes out. I mean, I'm tired of the James Gunn slander, and I'm tired of the David Cornsweet slander. Suck it, Zack Snyder fans. David Cornsweet's gonna be a better Superman. Come at me.
Yeah, and the Snyder movies are also trash. Man of Steel, bad movie. Batman v Superman, I've heard people defending that one recently. Bad movie. Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's like the only good thing he's made, and it's just,
even then,
it's overrated.
That's what I was gonna say. Is there's a lot of stuff in that movie he could have cut out. Like that whole scene when Bruce first goes to talk to Aquaman, and there's a bunch of opera singers in the background, and he just turns and stares at them. Why is that there?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Dumb. It's so dumb.
And like 18% of the movie or whatever being slow motion.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
And Flash is just not good. I'm tired of people saying the Flash is good. There's so many things wrong with that movie. Like, for instance, why is there so many unnecessary people in this movie? Like, why? Like, we don't need George Clooney. We didn't need Michael Keaton. We didn't need Ben Affleck. We didn't need Diana. I mean, it's cool to have them in there. Like, sure, they exist in the same universe, but like, Flash could have solved that whole issue by himself.
Yeah, and the Flash movie just really felt like a bad version of Flashpoint.
Like, I know I said this the other day. Oh my god, bro! I'm so sick of mainstream media using Flashpoint. There's other Flash storylines that are awesome. Stop using Flashpoint, especially as the first movie.
Yeah, I think the animated one was really good, but they should cut it off there, do other comics.
Yeah. I mean, the animated one made sense because it was the start of the
In the
DC animated
universe.
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the start. But by the time we pick up with the Flash, it's like it's his first movie.
Hmm.
We barely got any of him in Justice League, and
Yeah.
your first movie, you want to erase a timeline, bring new characters, bring back old characters. Like, why is Zod in this movie?
Yeah. That was no reason. Like,
So I just I'm excited because James Gunn. If there's one thing James Gunn can do, it's make a movie.
mhm.
I mean, Guardians 2 was a little, it fell off a little bit. It's because he leaned a little too hard into the humor. But overall, the Guardians trilogy is the second best trilogy in the MCU.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Guardians 2 defender till the day I die. I love that movie.
It just does too much. Like I'm not saying it's bad or mid. It's like probably a 7 out of 10. But it's just the reason it's not a 9 or a 10, like Guardians 3, 10 out of 10. No notes. Amazing movie.
Mm.
But it's just he does way too much in the second one.
Yeah, I just really like it. I think it's it used to be my favorite MCU movie. My opinion's changed since then, but I'd probably still have it in like the top 10.
Okay, what's your favorite MCU movie then?
Probably Infinity War, maybe Winter Soldier, one of those.
mm. See, that's a really hard question for me because, to be honest, Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Endgame are like, in my opinion, right there, all three of them.
Mhm.
Because I understand that Endgame has some problems, but I don't care. I don't care. I'll turn a
Yeah,
blind eye.
it's top 5 for me for sure. I think it's a bit too messy at times to be in the top 3, but I think it's still just a great conclusion to everything that they had done.
I'm gonna say something valid, and you're gonna understand, and everybody watching is gonna understand. Cap lifting Thor's hammer alone makes that movie a 9 out of 10. So I'm just saying
Valid,
that.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, I remember I remember watching that movie, bro. I'm sitting in the theater, and Thor's about to get stabbed, and I was like, oh shit, and I see Mjolnir lifting, I was like, oh shit, and then it happened, bro. I was on my seat,
Hmm.
I was jumping up and down. My theater went crazy because if you're a real nerd, you see MCU movies a day before they drop because we all know that they're showing the day before they drop, and
Yeah.
all the nerds was in the theater. Everybody was going crazy. Man, that was like, man, what a time to be alive, man. I wish I could go
Hmm.
back to that day.
Yeah, and then like the portal scene alone, like I still like see that scene and I'm like, man, I kind of just like want to binge the MCU now. Like it's just such a good scene.
Yeah, I think that's like the reason why the MCU was so good. I think this is obvious is that they built it up over so long, which is exactly why the DCU failed. Warner Bros.
Mhm.
Saw the Marvel movies and were like, we should do that. So they went. I don't understand, bro. I don't mean to jump around, but like I literally do not understand how you could defend Batman v Superman. It doesn't make sense to me. That whole
Yeah,
movie doesn't make sense to me.
it's bad. Like I don't get why people like it now. Like the whole thing is just Batman trying to kill someone.
Okay, so let's break this down. People who think Batman v Superman is good. So you have your first movie in a new universe, and that is the Man of Steel, right? And in the second movie of your universe, right? You introduce Batman, you introduce Wonder Woman. You have teasers and introducing Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman all in the same movie. And then also in that same movie, you tarnish Batman's character. And in that same movie, you kill off your main character you just introduced
Yeah.
2 years prior.
The hell?
um, as I was saying, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And like We didn't get a Wonder Woman movie prior to. We got one after, which was stupid. We didn't get a Batman movie at all. Like literally
Yeah.
no Batman movie. Like that is so crazy to me. Like it would have made sense if they would have gotten a we would have gotten a Batman movie where we would have lost that version of Robin, and then we would have understood where Batman was at currently in Batman v Superman, why he was so angry. We didn't get
Mhm.
that. We got hints to it with a suit, but we didn't get that. We didn't get any context. We
Mhm.
didn't get to like actually appreciate the downfall of this character. They
Yeah.
Zack Snyder was like, "Eh,
They
oh,
they did like 5 years worth of what should have been like 5 years of a movies building up to this moment in one movie, and then killed off their two biggest, or not killed off, ruined one of their biggest characters and killed off the other one.
mhm,
Like it's just bad choices after bad choices.
yep." I just I don't understand why studios like keep doing the things they do.
Hmm.
Like for instance, Sony. What the fuck is going on over there, guys?
Yeah,
Tell me Beyond the Spider Verse is delayed till 2029, bro.
yeah. I really hope that that's not true, but I don't know. With like, it should have come out what a year ago now, right? Almost a year, and it was like March something of last year. It should have been out.
Yeah,
They say
yeah.
it gets delayed, and a year later, we still have absolutely no clue what's happening. Actors are saying they haven't recorded voice lines for it yet, and we got Shamik Moore being weird on
Being a
Twitter.
creep.
Yeah,
Being a creep, bro. Zero riz. None.
yeah. Like this should
Whatsoever.
definitely get delayed though. Like
Of course it's getting delayed, but like
yeah, like badly delayed.
yeah, and if it's till 2029, honestly, you know, the boys were talking about this on their latest episode, right? About if would they rather not have Beyond the Spider Verse or Superman. I'm gonna say I would rather not have Beyond the Spider Verse because
Yeah,
at
I
this
mean
at this point, bro, like what's the point? I mean, sure
mhm.
we ended like on a cliffhanger, but both of those movies are really good, and you're making me wait 5 years.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I definitely want to see what happens, but it's like instead of me being hyped, they've just been slowly killing off my excitement for the new movie. Where I like really don't care too much what happens next. Like I'll definitely get hyped once trailers and stuff start to be dropped and actual updates are made. But right now, I don't care. And like Superman, I'm so hyped for that. They've been dropping just like boom, cool
Teasers.
poster, great
Hmm.
trailer.
Mm. And I need a more fantastical DC universe. Like I
Yeah.
want a Batman who is menacing, can fight 8 foot tall mutant crocodile people. I need to
Hmm.
see that version of Batman. I need to see a thriving DC universe. And if we don't have a Superman movie, then we don't get that. So, in my
Hmm.
opinion, I would choose Superman over Beyond any day.
Yeah. And then also with the DC versus Sony stuff, villain movies. Or Sony villain movies obviously terrible. Morbius bad. Last year just snooze fests that they called movies.
Mm.
Um but with DC we got like that Clayface movie coming out that looks really good by the
And it's by
synopsis.
what's his name? I can't remember. James
I do
Mangold,
not.
right?
Yeah.
I
Was
think
it him?
so. I
Might
can't
have been.
remember. I'll have to look that up later. And I'll
Yeah.
put in the final edit of this.
But yeah,
Um,
it's like it looked by the sounds of it, it's going to be just a really good movie. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
do you think it's going to be connected to The DCU or the Reeves universe?
I think DCU. I
Mm.
I know that the Reeves universe had like the Clayface rumors, but I think Gunn is connected to the movie coming out, so I think it's probably going to be DCU.
Yeah. Do you want a new Batman actor for the DCU, or would you mind if they brought Robert Pattinson into the fray?
Uh, Probably get a different actor. It'll a lot like Pattinson. He's great. I love him. He's probably my favorite live action actor, but I feel like he's got to stick to his own
Mm.
universe. And this iteration of Batman should get its own actor, and that way also casuals aren't going to be confused what movie they're watching, what universe it's supposed to be in.
That's true. That's true. I understand that, but I honestly, I wouldn't mind if they brought Robert into the DC universe because, like, the whole point of Batman and Superman is the distinction between the two. So I feel like if they
Mhm.
did it right, they could fold them into it. But excuse me, I think with what they've done with the first Batman movie is that you've shown us that there really isn't that much fantastical stuff in this universe. I mean, I know it was just an
Mhm.
origin story and it was a crime thriller, and there wasn't really like much like to build on the outside of Gotham. So I understand that. So they could go in that direction, but I feel like I just want a good, solid trilogy of Batman movies that is up there with the likes of Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy, um, Spider Man in the MCU, although Far From Home does dip quite a bit.
Mhm.
But you know what I mean? It's like a good, solid trilogy because
Yeah.
we've rarely had that.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Mm. In other news, right? I saw something that just hit my Twitter feed. There's supposedly a new leaked Arkham game on the way. It's going to be a Batman
Ooh.
Beyond. It's going to be a continuation of Arkham Knight, and it's going to be developed by Rocksteady again. Couple of things. Um,
Mhm.
Suicide Squad
Man.
Kill the Justice League happened.
Yeah. Did you see the end of it though? They revealed that they actually killed off a clone.
Yeah, I know that's not my issue, right? My issue is that game was not good.
Yeah, it did suck.
Like the story was pretty fine, I would say. It was funny. It was for sure funny.
Yeah.
Um, the movement was pretty cool. I mean, I like some of the movement, but besides the besides that, I mean, it's the same mission over and over and over. Shoot this thing,
Yeah.
shoot this thing, you know?
Hmm.
And if this is the same team that they're gonna transfer over to the Batman Beyond Arkham game,
Yeah, it is a bit scary. I'm hoping, I'm not confident that they'll do this, but I'm just hoping that they'll just learn from their mistakes, actually like study some of the past games and see what is it that people like and
or is it
realize
people
that
didn't
they
like?
made like
Because, bro,
realize they made a shitty
I
game.
swear to everything that is holy, bro. I swear, if I have to collect another 1,200 Riddler trophies, get off my screen.
Yeah, I'm always a completionist, and man, I don't think I ended up even completing that. It just pissed me off so much.
In Arkham Knight, especially, bro. I got my platinum trophy for Arkham Knight, and
Mm-hmm.
part of that platinum trophy is collecting the Riddler trophies and beating fucking Riddler. But, bro,
Mm-hmm.
that was the most tedious thing ever. The fact that I had to catch all the Riddler trophies just to beat Riddler.
Yeah, I always hate collectibles in games, and Batman just
Was
probably
the
some of the most
one.
annoying collectibles in a game.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when the Batman was coming out, and it was like how Pattinson's Batman's gonna feel when he realizes he has to collect all these Riddler trophies to finally
Mhm.
catch Riddler, and it was him crashing out. That's so funny to me.
Yeah, when Penguin was out and everyone was saying that Batman was busy collecting the trophies, so couldn't fight Penguin.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Penguin, bro, I think that's a really good show. That's a
Yeah,
really,
I love
really
that
good
show.
show.
Mm.
Definitely a 9 out of 10. I'll pushing 10 for sure.
Yeah,
It was
I'd
just
probably give it a 9 too. Yeah.
yeah, it was pushing 10, but I just think that some of the shots, they're just the CGI, like for the background, wasn't the best.
Mm.
It was like a more polished version of the ending of Brave New World, like we were talking about earlier,
Mhm.
where you can definitely tell that they are not standing in a city.
Yeah.
But I mean, Batman not being in it makes sense. I mean, majority of the show takes place during the day, and they
Hmm.
are all staying inside when it's nighttime because obviously Batman's working. So I'm really excited for Matt Reeves' universe, and
Yeah. It's
I really hope that they don't. I mean, I trust Matt Reeves a lot. I mean, the Planet of the
mhm.
Apes trilogy is right, but the character arc that Bruce goes through from the start of the movie to the end of the movie. It's the same way. The what I'm about to say is the same way I feel about the new Spider-Man movies and what they're doing with
Mhm.
that. Is that if they backpedal at all, like by that I mean is like by the end of the movie, he literally says he needs to be Hope, and
Yeah.
we need to see a more playboy Bruce with the slick hair and him like playing the part so nobody knows he's Batman. Because if you look at Bruce now in the Batman movie, you look at him and be like, you know
Mhm.
what? You're definitely Batman, bro.
Yeah. Like he's like this way too emo in the movie to
Yeah, yeah.
like
Someone's
what.
got eyeshadow on all the time.
Yeah. Like what are we doing? And again, it works for the movie, but yeah, they definitely can't be going and doing that in the sequels.
And like that's how I feel about the Spider-Man 4. If
Hmm.
Zendaya or Ned are in the next movie, besides like the scene in Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Peter's
Hmm.
kind of stalking Gwen, like if something like a one-shot scene where he's like outside of MIT or something like in that like area
Hmm.
and just like looks at them, and I
Yeah.
then that's fine. But like I do not, under any circumstance, want either one of those two back in the next movies because like the whole point of what the obviously like you understand this, or like I'm talking to you, the audience, is that the whole point, the end of No Way Home, is that he learned that he can't always have what he wants, and with great power comes great responsibility. And he put the note back in his pocket, meaning he's fine with letting them move on. So if you bring them back after that, you just destroy the whole ending of No Way Home.
Yeah. I heard. I'm not sure how true this is, but I heard that uh, they're bringing back Zendaya, but she's gonna play a minor role in it. Uh, but I heard that it's minor, but I heard it's because of filming schedule conflicts. So that's kind of got me a bit worried. Like, I'm hoping that they don't do anything too much with it.
You might have just ruined my day. Anyway.
Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know how true it is.
All right. And I believe you had something you wanted to bring up.
Yeah. Going into the comic world, they're bringing back Gwen. What the hell? There's a new comic coming out. It's like I think a 6-issue miniseries. I don't know what universe it takes place in. I'm praying it's not 616, but it's Gwen coming back to life, and she's like an emo Gwenpool. And just what are we doing? Like, I really just don't know what, like, there's so many reasons not to do this, and yeah.
Um, First and foremost, Gwen Stacy in the 616 universe is one of the few comic characters that have actually stayed dead.
Yeah.
So if this is the 616 Gwen, which I think it is because there was a tease about the Gwen Stacy tombstone and one of the latest issues, and if this is 616, I'm gonna be. What is up, Marvel, bro? Like, why
Mhm.
can't you treat my boy Spidey with some respect and like give him
Yeah,
like good
it's
storylines, bro? The Zeb Wells series, awful. What do you mean he gets beat up by Tombstone? Anyway, and now you want to bring back probably like the pinnacle turning point of
mhm.
Spider-Man when it came to love interest, and you're gonna bring her
Yeah,
back and make her
yeah, the
already an
canon
existing
event.
character. Yeah, like in an already existing character. Gwenpool exists. She exists.
Yeah.
She literally exists. So
Yeah, but this one's Gwenpool, but like she's not as funny, more serious. Like
great. So we got
that's just
X-Men Origins
it's
Wolverine
just
Gwen.
Gwenpool without the appeal of Gwenpool.
Like it kind of feels like what X-Men Origins Wolverine did to Deadpool. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing to Gwenpool in this.
hmm Yeah, I'm not at all like I'm gonna read it because I'm curious what's gonna happen in it. But I mean, I honestly might just look up like some YouTube summary of it, so I don't have to buy it. Like I don't want to purchase that, but it's yeah. Like
But there's one thing that
the
Marvel's doing good though. That's for sure. It's the Unlimited Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man,
mhm. Yeah,
the new
Ultimate.
series. Have you been keeping up with that?
I read the first few issues and it's pretty good. I gotta catch up with it though, but
Mm.
yeah, I've heard great things about it, and from what I've read, it's really good. So yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes.
Why is it that always the Spider-Man in different universes have just like better lives in comics than our
Yeah,
main Spider-Man?
yeah. Like it's always like the Ultimate Comics too. That they're
Mm,
the peak ones for Spider-Man at least.
mm. Right? Isn't that weird?
Mm.
I mean, our Spider-Man has been broke for how long? I mean, since the end of Parker Industries. I mean,
Yeah, like come out of like
can we just give him some wins, bro? I mean,
yeah. I really feel like main 616 Spider-Man like post Civil War, it's just all slowly started going downhill.
mm, because one more day. Oh my, one more day.
Yeah, worst, probably my least favorite comic made. I hate it.
That's fair. That is fair. That's understandable. They keep disrespecting my boy.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, at least we got Ultimate though to cope with the loss of good Spider-Man writing in main universes.
right, bro. That's such a tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to close us out, let's go our top three favorite hot takes. You go
Uh,
first.
uh, I'm gonna start with a rough one. This is the first one that came to my head.
Okay.
War for the Planet of the Apes. 6 out of 10.
Damn. Six?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I got one.
Yeah. I was. I was kind of. I feel like I had my expectations on a completely different movie because it has war in the title. So I didn't see it till last year. So I thought for what like 6 years that I was gonna be watching like some cool war, and the whole movie was just him in a prison cell trying to get out. I was like, eh. And I got the ending spoiled. So
Oh damn, that's tough.
yeah.
All right. My hot take is that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the worst out of the three.
Hmm. No, I got the Toby posters on my wall here.
I know you do, but they're just
Yeah.
so corny. He's not a good Spider-Man. He's a good Peter, but I mean, what are we doing, bro? You're 30. Come on now.
No,
By the time I just this is not good. And MJ alone makes those movies a 5 out of 10. I hate MJ in those movies. I hate her. 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 Get her off my screen. Every time I see MJ in the Tobey Spider-Man trilogy, get her off my screen, bro. Like,
that's
okay,
valid.
you know what? Just in Spider-Man 3, she gets mad at Peter doing the upside down kiss to Gwen. But literally in Spider-Man 2, she does the upside down kiss with J. Jonah Jameson Jr. on the couch, and that you have
Yeah.
no ground, ma'am. No ground. None.
I saw Spider-Man 3 in theater for the re-release, and during the scene when she kisses Harry, literally everyone in my theater started booing. It was great.
Yeah. And the story choices, like he's Spider-Man, and Harry is almost half a football field away. When she goes up to him in the bridge, she could have been like, "Harry, you guys, over there, he did this, and it makes no sense. Like maybe if Harry was there, that would have made more sense. But I understand that Avi Arad made Spider-Man 3 horrible because they wanted Venom in the movie. We should have just got solely Sandman or solely Harry or both of them because they could have worked. They complemented each other. But Sandman was actually the only good villain that was in the movie. That's what we should have got. But they shoehorned in arguably the worst adaptation of Venom. I mean, Tom Hardy's Venom is cool. Like him playing Venom is cool. The movies are trash. Don't get me wrong. The movies are trash. But he's definitely a better Venom than the Topher Grace Venom.
Yeah, I think that I personally love Spider-Man 3, but I do think that Venom could have been done a lot better. And the design is terrible. It's definitely like the worst Venom design that we've gotten.
Your second hot take.
All right, Captain America: The First Avenger is not a good movie.
Like period.
I don't.
Like
Yeah, I just don't like it. I think it could have been a great movie, but it like too many montages. The second half of it just drags like crazy. It had a lot of potential and just fell flat on its face. But yeah, I
but like not good. Period, bro.
like 4 out of 10.
No way! Oh my god, bro! But it's easily better than the first Thor.
It is, yeah. I hate the first. I gave that like a 2.
I guess that doesn't sway your opinion at all. But it's better than Iron Man 2.
Honestly, I prefer Iron Man 2.
Okay, so this.
I think RDJ's charisma carries that movie and makes it like at least a fun watch. And First Avenger is like a fun watch for like an hour, and then it's just like it just drags so much.
Okay, I got my second one.
Alright.
I need to move past that because that's a lot to break down. The first Avengers movie is mid.
Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Terrible take.
See the recorder agrees with me, bro.
Recorder's wrong. Bro, First Avengers is love it. It's such a fun movie. I think
Now
second
mother
act
knoweth you wear her drapes.
peak line.
Stop.
Second act I think drags a bit, but it maybe drags for like 15-minute tops, and it picks right back up, and it's great.
I just can't with that movie, bro. Captain America suit in that movie, awful. genuinely
That's-
awful.
Yeah, that I'll give it. I don't like the suit in that movie. I do think though it gave us the best Black Widow suit.
Okay, your turn. Your second hot take. I mean, your third
All
hot
right.
take. Your third hot take.
Let me think of one. All right, this one's not as bad as my other two, I don't think. But
Okay.
Return of the Jedi is like a fine movie at best.
One more time.
Return of the Jedi, Episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 6. I think the Death Star stuff is great. I love all that, but the Naboo stuff is just, and the opening at Jabba's palace is, it feels like it was written for 6-year-olds at times. It's just kind of cartoony, and it takes up like a quarter of the movie or something.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's wow. Wow. Wow.
I still like the movie. I still love watching it, but like as a movie, you know, it's
Have you shared that publicly? Is this the debut of that take?
yeah. I don't think I've said that one before. I like maybe posted it on my Letterboxd, but that's about it.
Okay. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna say you're right. I just definitely think 6 is too low for that movie. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's how you feel. All right. For my
Too
final
childish.
hot take. For my final hot take. The Christopher Nolan Batman movies are awful.
What?